Hi friends, welcome you to today's tutorial. Today I'm gonna show you how to cut long pencil skirt. Okay, so this is the waist, hips, full length, and nipple to nipple. You divide everything by 4 except the full length. So we're going to start with measuring the waist. Before you start your measurement, you need to take off 1.5 inch for waistband. If you check my previous post, you will see how I've been able to show you how to cut your waistband and how to take off your waistband. So that's the waist measurement divided by 4. Then add your sewing allowance and then that 1 inch for that. Now we're going to get the hip line. You minus 1.5 inch for the waistband, and then measure 9 inches to get your hip line. We're getting our full length now. The full length is 30 inches. Plus 2 inches sewing allowance, folding allowance. We're getting our hip measurement 30 divided by 4 plus 2 inches sewing allowance. I'm using my tape to show you how you can divide with your tape instead of making use of phone or dividing it offhand. Plus 2 inches sewing allowance. Then you connect the line to meet the waistline. You can use your curve ruler if you got one. Then whatever you get from the hips, you minus 2 inches from it to get your pencil. If you don't want it to be pencil, whatever you get from the hips, place it down at the bottom. But I'm taking off 2 inches from whatever total measurement of the hips, including the 2 inches sewing allowance. I'm taking off 2 inches and then placing the rest measurement at the bottom in order to get the pencil. Remember, whatever you get from the hips, let's assume together with the 2 inches sewing allowance is 10 inches, minus 2 inches from 10 inches. That is going to give you 8. Then place it at the bottom at the full length in order to get your pencil. That's exactly what I've done. Then I've connected the lines. And it's giving us the pencil look. If you don't want your skirt to be pencil, whatever you get from the hips, take it down to the bottom. Don't minus anything. So our front skirt is ready now. Now we need to put the dart first before that will be end. The nipple to nipple measurement is 8 inches divided by 2. That's going to give me 4. Then I'm going to add 1/2 inch for sewing, making everything 4.5. I'll mark the line. Then in order to get your front dart, you need to minus your 1.5 inch waistband and measure 5 inches. You can use 4 inches for the back. I'm using 5 for the front. So by the sides, I'm going to take 1/2 inch. That's the 1 inch dart for 1 inch for that. So I measured 1/2 inch by the right, 1/2 inch by the left. Then I'm going to slant my ruler this way in order to cover my dart. This is exactly how you sew your dart in your skirt. So the next thing is to notch it, so that by the time you're sewing, you will know exactly where you've placed your dart. And it's very important to always notch it when it's necessary. So I'm notching the both sides. It's time to cut. For the front part is ready. Okay. Yeah, cutting out the front, using it to cut out the back. I can actually cut both front and back together, but I want it to be beginners friendly. That's why I'm cutting it separately. So the front part is ready. We're going to use the front part to trace the back instead of starting the measurement all over again. This is the front skirt. Yep. This is the back part. The 2 inches I ruled out is the zipper allowance. So I'm placing this on top of the back part. That's how it should be. Then I'll use it to trace the back skirt. So it's always best to pin it down so you don't make any mistake. Now this is the zipper allowance. I usually make use of 2 inches for my zipper allowance. You can make yours 1.5, but it's always advisable you make use of 2 inches because definitely you'll use lining to turn the skirt. Now this is the zipper allowance, 2 inches. So I'm trying to pin the skirt down so the front doesn't shift from the back. I'm cutting out the back part now. So I'm using the front to notch the back as well, where the dart should be placed. Remember, you can measure 4 inches for the back dart and then 5 inches for the front dart. Our skirt is getting ready. The front is just one piece and the back is supposed to be 2 pieces. So I'm going to open it. You have to be careful. Watch exactly how I'm cutting it open. You have to be careful so you don't make mistake that will affect the zipper allowance. They should all be equal. See how I'm placing my hand to cut it. That's it. So I'm notching the zippers allowance so I don't make any mistake. I don't try to go into the skirt measurement. Now the skirt is all ready. Remember, when cutting your clothes, make sure you cut using the back part. Don't use the front. And make sure you fold your fabric into 2. So you can see I folded mine into 2. So you must cut depending on the style, by folding the fabric into 2. Almost 90% of the cutting usually done by folding fabrics into 2. Now let's try and pin the zipper allowance down and see the outcome of the back skirt. This is how it looks. By the time you sew it all the way down, this is how it's gonna look. This is the front. You see, they have the same measurement. Please like, share, and comment. See you in my next post.